From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
Just hours after President Barack Obama and presidential candidate Mitt Romney went head-to-head in their first debate, Americans are talking about who won, who came out on top. Even some of the smallest U.S. citizens watched on and have an opinion. Debating the debate is where we begin tonight. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Baczynski. Well, it's all a matter of opinion when it comes to who won the presidential debate Wednesday night. For 90 minutes, President Barack Obama and candidate Mitt Romney debated the issues. Millions of Americans turned on their television sets Wednesday and tuned in, including young American citizens who may not even be old enough to vote. But one thing is for sure, the children of our country are the future. And when it's time for them to head to the polls, their voice will be heard. Students in Mrs. Snyder's 8th grade social studies class at Holy Family Academy are already getting a taste of politics and have been following the election. Last night's assignment was to watch the debate, take notes, and of course, form an opinion. News 13 caught up with some of the 8th graders to find out who they felt won the 2012 first presidential debate.
I think that Romney won because he took control of the debate and he was always getting the last words in.
I thought Romney won. He made a really good point through his speeches and stuff, and he was very assertive. So
Romney, obviously being an all-Republican family, I was hoping that he would win, and just from the beginning, he always gave fiery points, and it was very exciting to watch. Before I, met my teacher, Mrs. Snyder, I really wasn't too good with politics and only knew what I would hear in my family. This has been, a great way to expand my knowledge and learn more about politics.
I was really impressed by it. I found it very informative. I learned a lot through it. I was very impressed.
It helped us to learn more about our country and to become more informed citizens. So when we are able to vote, we can make a good decision.
And the kids aren't the only ones who gave the win to Romney. The mainstream media has clearly handed the victory to Romney as well. According to a CNN poll, 67% thought Romney won the debate, while only 25% say they thought Obama won. The next time the two come head-to-head will be on October 16th in New York. The debate was a hot subject on News 13 SSPTV's Facebook page today. The presidential debate even sparked a debate among some of our Facebook friends. But it was pretty much split down the middle when it comes to who won. Here are some of the responses we received to tonight's social chatter. Did you watch the debate? And if so, who do you think won and why? Well, Dave tells us Romney definitely. He proved he can run a country. The president was stuttering. He was lost. Janet tells us Romney is the best, and Deborah says Romney may have said lots of things and might have appeared better, but I still don't like him and don't trust him. George says Romney equals nightmare. As for Donna, she says Obama has already run the country into the ground and it can only go up from here unless he gets reelected. And we thank everyone for responding to our social chatter on Facebook. When this general election is all said and done, the state of Pennsylvania will have a new attorney general. One person who wants the job is Republican David Freed, a district attorney from Cumberland County. While he is already used to prosecuting major crimes, he wants the job as the state's top prosecutor. He's going head-to-head with Democrat Kathleen Kane. News 13's Gary Perna caught up with Freed during a stop at SSPTV Wednesday.
Well, thanks, Kristen. I'm joined now by Dave Freed, who is running for Attorney General here in the state of Pennsylvania. And of course, the election is about a month away. Really important everyone gets out and voices your opinion and vote. And Dave, first of all, I want to thank you for joining us here on News 13.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Dave, first of all, give a little background about yourself to the voters here in the area.
Sure. I'm the district attorney in Cumberland County, which is just across the Susquehanna River from Harrisburg. In my 7th year as DA, I've been elected twice. I was the first assistant DA for about 5 years before that. Been a prosecutor most of my career, also done some time in private practice of law.
And what makes you qualified to be, you know, the lead enforcer of the laws here in Pennsylvania?
It's the experience and qualifications that I've gained over my years as a prosecutor. I've been serving since 1997, almost that entire time as a prosecutor. Tried all sorts of cases from the lowest level, shoplifting, all the way up to capital homicide cases. And for the last 7 years, I've been running an office, a DA's office, my name on the bottom line, making those tough decisions that a chief law enforcement officer has to make.
And I have to ask you, to the voters out here in the greater Hazleton area who will be heading to the polls, you know, what would you say to them to make them check your name when it comes to the ballot?
I have a lot of respect for the voters in Pennsylvania. They've always looked at the Attorney General's race on its own and picked out the best candidate, the one that's most qualified for the job. So I would simply ask them to check out our qualifications, check out the website, which is davidfriedforag.com, compare my qualifications to my opponent, and hope for their support on Election Day.
And I have to ask, you know, we're getting down to the wire here, so how has it been out in the campaign trail, getting across the state?
It's been great. It's a big state. We have a great grassroots organization out there, and I've been traveling to every corner of the state, trying to meet voters, get the message out. People are interested in the race, they're engaged, and we're looking forward to a great day on November 6th.
All right, well, Dave, well, thank you for taking time to meet with us and talk with us. And of course, remember everyone, November 6th, the general election here in Pennsylvania. Make sure you get out and you voice your opinion and vote. I'm Gary Perna. I'll send it back to you at the desk.
Now, if you want your voice heard in November, this Tuesday is the final day to register to vote in the general election. Applications for first-time voters, those changing their address or maybe even changing their party affiliation, must be postmarked or delivered to your county's Board of Elections by the close of business on Tuesday. That's October 9th. Individuals applying to register to vote must be a citizen of the United States for at least 1 month before the election and at least 18 years old on or before November 6th. There are also many places where you can register in person, like at PennDOT photo centers, public welfare or state health offices, and even some high schools have applications available for their students. Information on voter registration is available at votespa.com or by calling 1-877-VOTES-PA. A vote Wednesday night by Hazleton City Council is not sitting well with many after members approved a new rental property registration program. It's been a controversial law from the start, and now the city could face legal action with the passage. Basically, the ordinance will force landlords to register all of their properties in the city, and in return, the city can then inspect the properties with the hopes of ending some blight around town. But the registration will not be free, and not only apartments and homes will be included in the process, daycares, motels, and even boarding houses will need to be registered. Those against the city's rental ordinance say it's too costly, unfair, and is only a way to help cure some of the city's debt. HALO, or Hazleton Area Landlord Organization, is actually threatening legal action against the city over this ordinance. It's no secret HALO and the city have been at odds over the ordinance and ones just like it in the past. Landlords who spoke out at the meeting said this is only going to hurt good and responsible landlords, that the city should go after the landlords who live out of town or out of state and don't care about their properties.
We'll definitely be meeting with our board members and our legal counsel who's here this evening and making a decision if we are going to go forward with an injunction. It's pretty saddening what happened here this evening, that no matter how much we're bringing to their attention that there are alternative solutions that would not require these fees that they're speaking of to be imposed upon landlords, and that there are solutions out there. Our attorney has told them several times that there are solutions out there beyond just this ordinance. It's been made pretty clear through the mayor's comments and through the paper with different comments that this is to serve as a revenue source, and the landlords, the good landlords, are tired of being used as a revenue source.
It's never easy. People don't like, we're not trying to tax them. As I said, it was just the example I gave would cost you $375 a month. Additional cost for the enforcement. I think it's worth it. Again, we're not trying to harm good landlords, and we certainly can't separate them. We don't know. So we have to have something in place. Many communities are doing this. The Reddings, the Chesters, the Allentowns, they're all doing it because they see a need for it.
The amendment that myself and Jeannie had to exempt people that live in one side and rent out the other, that would have freed up a lot of time for our workers to work on the real problems. I mean, those people aren't a problem. You look at people who rent, like, he said his mother rents. I'm sure their property's fine. It's clean. They knew who they rent to. It's not a problem. Those aren't the problem renters. Problem renters are the out-of-town people that own property that don't keep up with it, don't have a manager here, rent to whoever they want to. They don't screen their renters and rent to people that, cause problems.
Now, it's been a year-long debate between the city and HALO members, and now that the ordinance is in place, a lawsuit could follow. HALO members tell News 13 that the city does not have the resources to properly inspect rental properties and that this ordinance will only shy good landlords away from acquiring additional properties. For more on this story, make sure you pick up a copy of today's Hazleton Standard Speaker and read Sam Galski's story, or check it out online at thestandardspeaker.com. Freddie B's on deck with sports. Your forecast is up ahead, and later on News 13, the search is on for some car vandals who struck on the west side Wednesday. But first, a building on the north side, referred to many as an eyesore, will be coming down. What borough officials have to say about the demolition coming up. Well, local business people and community leaders want it known that Northeast Pennsylvania is filled with economic opportunity and hope young people will be encouraged to stick around to live, work, and play here. It's been a week-long series of speakers and events with stops in all parts of the Northeast region. Many were also recognized for helping to keep it made in Northeastern PA, the Northeastern Pennsylvania Industrial Resource Center's slogan. NEPERC served as the main host for this week's events. Now today, the group stopped in Greater Hazleton at top of the 80s. The goal of the week is to promote the importance of manufacturing in local communities and to provide information about career opportunities, training, and resources, all leading up to National Manufacturing Day tomorrow. More than 800 school students were also targeted this week with in-class presentations on careers in manufacturing.
Students are really the key to the future workforce for Pennsylvania manufacturers and regional manufacturers. And right now there is a perception disconnect between the way in which students and their families perceive careers in accounting and the actuality of those careers in accounting. And so we need to close that gap. And one way to do that is through in-school presentations. Another is through youth apprentice programs and internship programs, which we are supporting throughout the year. But it's important to close that gap and get those students and their families to realize that this isn't your grandfather's manufacturing any longer. These are jobs that pay regionally an average of $45,750 a year. They are jobs that provide very good learning opportunities with most manufacturers, providing continuous education and educational credits for their employees on top of the other benefits, which are your total health care coverage and your SEP 401k retirement programs. And so the students need to realize that so that those that are inclined to pursue a career in accounting or the sciences understand that when they want that career in manufacturing, it's something to consider as well.
Now, 1 out of every 10 jobs in many local communities is in manufacturing. Those workers are then turning around and spending their money earned at other local businesses, basically fueling the economy. This week-long series featured many nationally known leaders as well. A building in the borough of Freeland will have a date with the wrecking ball sooner than later. Borough officials took emergency action to bring the former Pittman building down, and it's all about safety concerns as winter approaches. What once was a furniture store along Center Street is now an empty, deteriorating structure. The borough's code officer inspected it back at the end of September, and after ordering the road near the building and the sidewalk in the area both closed, a structural engineer was called in and ordered the building be renovated or demolished.
At this point, it's best to tear this building down. The floors are separating from the walls on the inside, the roof is leaking, you can see the walls are cracking, and they're afraid that without any kind of immediate attention that there is going to be some public safety concerns going forward, especially with the winter, with the thawing, the freezing, water getting into the cracks that are easily visible, that something needs to be done soon. So we decided to go in and do it ourselves and tear this building down.
Franzosa Trucking will demolish the building for a cost of about $68,000. But who will be footing that bill? Well, Quinn says the residents will. The owner is currently MIA. However, borough officials know who the owner is and will pursue criminal and civil action to recoup the money. Quinn says Franzosa workers are due at the site Friday. On your screen right now, you're winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played today, folks. Your daily number, 851, Big 4, 4748. Quinto, 27200, and Treasure Hunt, 3, 12, 22, 23, 26. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, St. Paul's United Church of Christ in Ringtown will be holding an advance order-only chili sale October 19th. Pickup will be from 4 to 6 p.m. at the church. Orders will be accepted until October 12th by calling 570-889-3494. And one more announcement for this evening, the Polish-American Fire Company in Shenandoah will be staging an open house from 6 to 8 p.m. on October 11th for Fire Prevention Week. Smokey the Bear will be on hand to meet with the children, and fire prevention material will be available for all. Everyone is encouraged to attend this great event at tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Carol E. Hunter, formerly of Weatherly. All services will be held privately at the convenience of the family and under the direction of the Turnbach Funeral Home. Russell J. Thompson of Ringtown. Funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. from the Stauffer-Bresnik Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Rose T. Norris of Shenandoah. Funeral will be held Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Orovitz Home for Funerals. Friends may call Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Helen M. Holderman, formerly of Frackville. The Nice Heart Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Frank R. Treskolasky of Zion Grove. Funeral is Saturday at 1:30 p.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 11:30 a.m. until the time of service. Alfred H. Good of Drums. Services are Saturday at 1 p.m. from the Heller Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And Kathleen V. Murdock of Hazleton. Memorial service is Friday at 6 p.m. in the Faith Assembly of God Church. Friends may call at the church Friday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best. When dining out, discover Mia's new low-price menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle building.
Well, some heavy downpours this afternoon, but the air remained warm. Big changes are on the way. Heading out to Schuylkill County first, where we'll check in with Mother Nature for tonight. Mostly clear skies will take us through to your Friday with a low down to 53. We end the work week off on a sunny note with a high near 75 for our Friday in parts of Schuylkill County. Moving to Greater Hazleton, where much of the same story. We did see some downpours for a short time. Thanks to Thomas Trand of Hazleton Elementary Middle School, this is the perfect picture of the day. Unfortunately, because it does show some rain. But it will be clear skies for the rest of tonight. We could see some scattered showers. 53 will be our low. But for TGIF, everyone, sunny skies and a high near 72 degrees. And we will be right back on News 13. Make sure you stay with us. Coming up right now on News 13, police on the west side are on the hunt for a man who tried breaking into vehicles parked in a lot Wednesday night. Take a good look at some surveillance photos and see if you know who the suspect is.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. He was caught on camera, and now police on the west side need your help tracking down a car criminal. Around 8:30 Wednesday night, the white male tried breaking into 3 vehicles parked in the lot of Jim's Welding off of East Broad Street in West Hazleton. The would-be thief attempted to enter the vehicles and did get into a 1992 Chevy S10 pickup truck, but police do not know if anything was taken from that truck. The male was confronted by the owners of the vehicles and fled the area on foot, traveling east on East Broad Street towards Diamond Hammond Avenue. The suspect is described as a white male in his 30s, about 6 feet tall, thin build, wearing a white baseball hat, khaki cargo shorts, a blue hooded sweatshirt that had a design on the left chest and an orange and white design on the back, along with white sneakers. Anyone with any information is asked to contact the West Hazleton Police at 455-3733 or dial 911. Image-guided radiation therapy is now available to patients in Greater Hazleton and Luzerne County communities, thanks to a newly constructed center in the city of Hazleton that just so happened to treat their very first patient today. News 13 took a tour of the Cancer Treatment Center in Hazleton Thursday. It sits along Broad Street. This brand new 5,000 square foot facility offers new technology that expands the center's advanced cancer treatment capabilities.
The purpose of this is to upgrade the facility to a state-of-the-art facility, so that will benefit the people here in Hazleton as well as surrounding area. So that way they don't have to travel far away.
It's a very advanced technology, and we're very excited to bring this new level of care to the Hazleton community.
The new treatment option for patients, again called image-guided radiation therapy, is an advanced technology that enables doctors to treat tumors with greater accuracy in a painless, non-invasive outpatient procedure. Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton offers several other treatment options too. The center is currently accepting patients at its new location at 1701 East Broad Street in Hazleton. For more information, call 459-3460 or visit cancertreatmentcenterhazleton.com. Well, do you know what the most common type of cancer amongst women is? If you answered breast cancer, you are right. Breast cancer is the most common cancer among women of all races in the United States, and the key in the fight against it: early detection. When examining your breasts, do you know what is normal and what is not? That is just one simple question that females should know the answer to, but may not. Dr. Dennis from the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center is one of 4 key speakers who will lead the group Mammos and Mock-Teenies, a breast cancer awareness event next week. Dr. Dennis wants everyone at the event to feel comfortable.
To make it formal, but at the same time informal, just to make people comfortable to talk about their issues at the same time that they're serious, but also making sure that we're all human and that we all suffer through them, so it's nothing that we cannot talk about.
Mammos and Mock-Teenies is a free breast cancer awareness event sponsored by the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance. The event is set for October 11th at 6 o'clock to 7:30 at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center. Now, in addition to Dr. Dennis, Dr. Scott Muir, Dr. Sheila Hockman, Jennifer Ruck, a certified nurse midwife, and Dr. Sandra Dennis will be on hand to answer your questions regarding the prevention and treatment of breast cancer. Appetizers and hors d'oeuvres are also on the menu, plus special services by Elston & Company Jewelers and Felon's Jewelry, plus many other businesses. Pre-registration is required, so make sure you call 501-6204. Should you be concerned about medical malpractice? A local attorney addresses the issue and how Obamacare could play a role. It's on the next Law Talk with attorney Conrad Felvello with host Sam Lassant. And here's a preview of the show set to air tonight at 8 o'clock right here on SSPTV. Sam?
Thank you. We will reform and strengthen Medicare, but we will do it by reducing the cost of health care. This was said by President Barack Obama. Really, on the next Law Talk, we talk about the medical malpractice after Obamacare. Folks, are we going into socialized medicine, and what does that mean to the local hospitals and doctors when there's another 20 or 30 million people coming into the healthcare system? Is it really a good thing? Well, tune into Law Talk and you'll learn a lot more. Very important, folks. Attention, attention. Senior citizens, a must watch for you. Now back to you.
All right, Sam, thanks so much. Looking forward to that show with Attorney Falvello. Well, it's a matter of opinion when it comes to who won the presidential debate Wednesday night. For 90 minutes, President Barack Obama and candidate Mitt Romney debated the issues. Millions of Americans turned on their television sets and tuned in, including young American citizens who are not even old enough to vote. But one thing is for sure, the children of our country are the future, and when it's time for them to head to the polls, their voices will be heard. Students in Mrs. Snyder's 8th grade social studies class at Holy Family Academy are already getting a taste of politics and have been following the election. Last night's assignment was to watch the debate, take notes, and of course form an opinion. News 13 caught up with some of the 8th graders to find out who they felt won that 2012 very first presidential debate.
I think that Romney won because he took control of the debate and he was always getting the last words in.
I thought Romney won. He made a really good point through his speeches and stuff, and he was very assertive. So
Romney, obviously being an all Republican family, I was hoping that he would win. And just from the beginning, he always gave fiery points, and it was very exciting to watch. Before I, met my teacher, Mrs. Snyder, I really wasn't too good with politics and only knew what I would hear in my family. This has been, a great way to expand my knowledge and learn more about politics.
I was really impressed by it. I found it very informative. Like, I learned a lot through it. I was very impressed.
It helped us to learn more about our country and to become more informed citizens. So when we are able to vote, we can make a good decision.
And the kids aren't the only ones who gave the win to Romney. The mainstream media has clearly handed the victory to Romney as well. According to a CNN poll, 67% thought Romney won the debate, while only 25% said they thought Obama won. The next time the two come head-to-head will be on October 16th in New York City. And still ahead, the Hazleton Rotary Club once again raising money for its annual scholarship fund. Find out how some local seniors will benefit from the money. Plus, your chance to get your furry friends blessed coming up this weekend. Jasmine Brooks is at the Hazleton Animal Shelter with more next.
We're back at the animal shelter for this week's Adopt Me, and joining me now two very special guests, Reverend Funk and Reverend Rakibi, both local reverends from the city of Hazleton, and we're talking about an amazing event coming up and what is going on this Sunday.
Okay, we will be having the blessing of animals at Trinity Lutheran Church, and one of the most important things that we think of about pets is that they are truly a blessing to many people, and is the companionship and unconditional love that animals have for their owners.
Okay, and so what kind of animals are welcome?
Any kind of animal whatsoever. As a matter of fact, there was one time that I blessed a tarantula named Lucille, but I blessed her from afar.
Okay, and so why is it so important to bless your animals?
Well, I think it's to celebrate, and in the nature of St. Francis of Assisi, who loved animals, how we treat our animals is a reflection of how we treat each other as human beings. And again, to celebrate the gift of our animals, their love, their companionship.
Okay, and so again, can you remind everybody when this event is coming up?
Okay, it's going to be this Sunday, October 7th, at Trinity Lutheran Church, Church and Tamarack Streets, and it'll be in the Sharpless Playground to the rear of the church. If it is raining, we will meet in the church basement.
Oh, okay. And so bring your tarantulas along on Sunday. And I just want to mention both of these reverends, of course, have their own animals. We have 2 Shih Tzus over here. And then what kind of dogs do you have?
German Shepherd, Yellow Labrador, and Golden Retriever.
And a lint brush.
Yes.
All right. Well, then that is a great event, and it's coming up this Sunday. And before we head out of the animal shelter today, we are introducing to you a very, very sweet dog. Chris, this dog is a very gentle female.
Yes, she is. She's a spayed young adult female. She loves people. She's a little bit hand shy, but she warms up to you within minutes, and she's incredibly affectionate.
And what kind of breed is this?
I believe she's a Beagle, possibly Basset mix. She has some kind of hound dog in her.
Mm-hmm. And she's very skinny.
Yeah, she's very emaciated. We're only giving her a small amount of food because we don't want to rupture her stomach, but we're giving her food that's higher in protein and higher in fat to try and bulk her up.
And she needs a loving home. So Chris, remind us when you're open.
We're open 1 to 4 every day except for Wednesday and Sunday. Those 2 days we're closed.
And of course, your location.
101 North Poplar here in Hazleton.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. For this week's Adopt Me, I'm Jasmine Brooks. We'll see you next week.
Jasmine, thanks so much. Well, you'll find the Rotary Club's 1.2 million members volunteering in communities all over the world. In the Hazleton community, several members enjoyed each other's company while raising money for an annual scholarship fund Wednesday evening. News 13 stopping by Genetti's, where the Rotary Club of Hazleton held its annual spaghetti dinner. The delicious dinner directly benefits one senior from the Hazleton Area School District or Greater Hazleton area. Each year, the Hazleton Club donates a $4,000 scholarship to a worthy high school senior. Rotary member Pat Ward explains what the club is all about.
Rotary is an international service club that has the motto of service above self. On a worldwide scale, Rotary has been responsible, among other things, for the eradication of polio on this planet. Now, here in the Greater Hazleton area, we work on many community projects.
Now, seniors who live in the Hazleton Area School District can apply for the scholarship in the spring of 2013. The Rotary Club recommends seniors see their high school guidance counselor at that time for complete information. Going once, going twice, sold. Autographs, books, and trading cards, among other things, were auctioned off Wednesday night at the Diamond United Methodist Church. The doors opened at 6 and the auction at 7. The 15th annual auction drew quite a crowd, from an autographed photo of U.S. Representative Lou Barletta to a signed NFL trading card from Dan Connors. The donated items were sports and celebrity memorabilia that interested young and old alike. A $2 donation included refreshments and a chance to help children. This event was sponsored by the Hazleton Enlarged Ministry. More news heading your way next on News 13. One local fire company is hosting a chicken barbecue, and you're invited. Where and when, still ahead. Also heading your way this week's Family Time, we will speak with some pre-kindergarten students all about the letter C.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, it was soccer action yesterday. First the boys, then the girls for Hazleton area. One play in Valley West, one play in Holy Redeemer. How would they make out? Well, let's start with the boys. They were under the lights at Spartan Stadium last night. Angelo Greco booted in a goal, but that would be the only one for the Scarlet, Silver, and White. Valley West, 4-1 winners over Hazleton area last night. Other Wyoming Valley Conference action, same score, just changed the name of the teams. Wyoming area, 4-1 winners over the MMI Preppers. It wasn't 4-1, but 2-1. Pottsville was actually down in this one, 1 goal zip, and they came back with 2 goals to knock off the Blue Raiders, and the Crimson Tide run away with the win. Let's go over to girls soccer. There's the other Hazleton one. This one was very close, but Holy Redeemer prevailed. 4-3 final there. Josie Sapataki, one of the goals for the Hazleton area Cougars. Meanwhile, Tamaqua blanks North Schuylkill, and 5 goals for Kaylee Rotette. How about that? That's 36 for the year, 3 dozen of them. That's a new record, career goals. She's closing in on 100 with 98. That is overly impressive. Meanwhile, Myers shuts out the MMI Preppers. 6-zip was the final in that one. Down at cross country yesterday, well, Hazleton area had their way with all comers. Pittston, you see, they ran by them. Wyoming area, and the same with GAR. All thanks to the first place finish of Jacob Fetterman, 17:57. Imagine doing 3.1 mile in less than 18 minutes. I'm not sure I pedal my bicycle that far. That's very, very good. Meanwhile, Schuylkill League, well, Tamaqua over Nativity, but then Thorpe came back and they knocked off Tamaqua. Also, on the boys' side, Schuylkill League, Columbia Montour Votech got by Marion, but it was a split because they knocked off the Blue Devils of Shenandoah Valley. Girls' side, Tamaqua double-dip winners. They beat Jim Thorpe, and they ran past Nativity. Shenandoah Valley, Marion, final one there. Molly Balliot was first overall for Marion. That was the only good news for the Phillies in that one. Field hockey today, off the table, postponed due to the inclement weather. They'll make it up on October 17th. Boys soccer, Tamaqua at Schuylkill Haven. For the girls, Crestwood at MMI, Tamaqua at Pine Grove. There's your volleyball schedule. MMI, Pine Grove, Nativity, North Schuylkill, and Tamaqua have the home games. The final Major League Baseball game of the year for the regular season, Russ Kanzler, 0 for 3 in this one. Cleveland gets shut out again. They just did not hit the ball as a team over the last 4 games of the season. And we're brought to you by Bottlenecks, where tonight it's Rack 'em Up Rib Night. They're racking up their flavor with fire grilled ribs. You get a half rack of meaty, fall off the bone, St. Louis style spare ribs, and it is smothered in that sweet barbecue sauce. They fire grill it and serve it with bottomless fries for just $9.95. And oh, don't forget, huge imported beer selection, pool, dart, shuffleboard. Good time waiting for you up at Bottlenecks.
For this week's Family Time, we are in the pre-K class here at Holy Family Academy, and if you haven't guessed it already, we're talking about the letter C. And of course, we're going to talk about clocks and caps and cars, and of course C itself, and maybe even a cat. And we're going to come over here, and first of all, you had something really cool happen today on the smart board. What was it?
A cat running around on a red thing on a smart board.
So the cat was running around on the smart board. So did the cat say anything?
No.
No, he was just running around, so you knew that cat meant with the letter C, right?
Yes.
Cool. And what else did you guys happen to learn today about the letter C?
Moo cow.
About a cow?
Yeah.
So you learned that cow starts with a C. Yeah. What else?
The letters.
You learned the letters, so you're learning A, B, and now you're up to C, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll turn over here. And what did you get to learn today about the letter C?
Alligator.
No, that's the letter A. How about car? Did you learn about a car? What else? How about a cap? Like this one? Did you learn all about this cap today? Okay. How about you going to wear the cap for us today? No. All right. And finally, we're going to turn over to you. And what did you get to learn today about the letter C?
We made candy corn.
Candy corn. Oh, and that's just in time for Halloween.
Candy corn.
What else? And did you like making the candy corn? Yeah.
Yes.
Did you get to eat them?
No.
No. Oh, we'll have to get you ones that you can eat.
For the candy corn.
That's for the candy corn? All right. So as you can see in the pre-K class here at Holy Family Academy, we're learning all about the letter C. And I bet you tomorrow we're probably going to learn about the letter D. For this week's Family Time, I'm Gary Perna. I'll send it back to you.
Well, I think we can use the letter D in this next story and say delicious, because a local fire company in the Valley is cooking up some good food. All the help the Valley Regional Fire and Rescue Company. This Friday, October 5th, the firefighters will be selling chicken barbecue takeout dinners from 3 until they sell out. The takeout dinner includes half chicken, a baked potato, coleslaw, a roll, and dessert. And all that good food is just $9. You can pick up the great dinner at the fire station on Main Street in Cunningham. So it's Valley Regional Station, Cunningham Station, not the one in Butler Township. There will also be apple dumplings on sale for $3.50. All the money raised goes back to help the fire company out. Some heavy downpours this afternoon, but the air remained warm and some big changes are on the horizon. Going to Schuylkill County first, where tonight we see mostly clear skies and a low down to 53 degrees. Your 4-day outlook goes like this: warm and then cold. We see Friday sunny skies, high up to 75. Friday night it'll be mild, 53 with partly cloudy skies. Saturday there's a chance of some showers, partly sunny, high near 62. Saturday night look for a slight chance of rain, and we'll see clouds remaining with a low down to 41. Sunday your highs only 50 with rain and cloudy skies. And for your Columbus Day holiday, many of you have the day off from work or school. It'll be sunny skies but chilly, 54 and a low down to 37 Monday night. Moving to Greater Hazleton, where much of the same story. We did see some downpours for a short time thanks to Thomas Trand of Hazleton Elementary Middle School. That is the perfect picture of the day, showing rain, because that's what we saw for most of the afternoon. But for tonight, it'll be mostly clear skies with scattered showers, a possibility, and a low down to 53 degrees. TGIF, sunny, high 72, 52 for our low Friday night. Saturday, scattered showers, mostly cloudy skies and a high near 63. Saturday night, look for rain and clouds. 40 will be our low. 49 will be our high on Sunday with rain in the forecast. Sunday night, 34, 52 for our Columbus Day holiday with the sun shining on Monday. Sand Springs Country Club bringing you the forecast tonight with weekly restaurant specials, and all the specials are served with soup or salad. Don't forget to check out Chicken Diane. It's yummy, $8.95, and you can get that Chicken Diane and fill your belly at 10 Clubhouse Drive, in Drums. Call 788-5845, or you can visit sandspringsgolf.com or find Sand Springs on Facebook, of course. That makes me hungry. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, SSPTV.com. That's where you're going to find everything Greater Hazleton, Schuylkill County, and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe, have a great night, and we will see you back here for Friday. Good night.